World War II, the most destructive conflict in human history. A war that spanned 6 years across every continent, involving more than 100 million soldiers and costing over 70 million lives. But beyond the tanks, the bombs, and the battles, it was a global earthquake that reshaped politics, borders, technology, and the very idea of power. Today, we're diving deep into how this war started, how it unfolded, the heroes and villains, the turning points, and how it changed the world forever. So sit tight. This is the full story of World War II. Before the world exploded in 1939, it was already cracking. Germany had been crushed in World War I. The Treaty of Versailles punished them hard. Land taken away, military restricted, and huge payments demanded. The economy collapsed, people starved, anger rose. And in that chaos, one man promised hope and revenge: Adolf Hitler. At the same time, Japan dreamed of a vast Asian empire. Italy's Mussolini shouted about restoring Roman glory. And across the world, nations struggled through the Great Depression. Global tension was rising, dictators were rising, and democracy seemed weak. The world didn't realize it yet, but the fuse was already burning. On September 1st, 1939, German troops stormed into Poland. Hitler claimed it was self-defense. It wasn't. 2 days later, Britain and France declared war. World War II had officially begun, but Hitler didn't stop. He wanted more land, more power, more control than anyone before him. Hitler introduced a terrifying new tactic: Blitzkrieg, or lightning war. Fast tanks, airstrikes, shock and overwhelm. The world had never seen anything like it. Poland fell in weeks, then Denmark, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands. And France collapsed in just 6 weeks. Hitler stood victorious in Europe. Only one major country remained free: Great Britain. And in 1940, the German Luftwaffe launched a massive air campaign to destroy it. The Battle of Britain had begun. Bombs rained over London night after night. Buildings burned. Thousands died. But the British refused to surrender. In the skies, pilots fought desperately. Radar technology gave Britain an edge. And after months of brutal air battles, Germany failed. Hitler turned away, frustrated. He had lost his first major battle. Britain still stood. Hitler made his biggest gamble. Despite signing a peace pact with the Soviet Union, he invaded in June 1941, Operation Barbarossa. 3 million German soldiers marched east, the largest invasion in history. At first, it worked. Soviet armies collapsed across huge distances. Millions of civilians and soldiers died. Cities burned. But winter arrived. German tanks froze. Supplies ran out. And the Soviet Red Army refused to break. In Stalingrad, one of the bloodiest battles in human history, Soviet forces trapped and defeated the Germans. Hitler's unstoppable war machine had just been stopped. While Europe burned, Japan expanded across Asia. China, Korea, Southeast Asia, nothing seemed to stop them. Then came the 7th of December, 1941, Pearl Harbor. Japanese aircraft struck the American naval base in Hawaii. Battleships sank, thousands died. And overnight, the United States entered the war. From island jungles to the seas, America battled Japan in brutal fights. Midway, Guadalcanal, Iwo Jima. Every mile was paid in blood. The Pacific became a graveyard. 2 massive turning points shifted the war: Stalingrad in the east, the Battle of Midway in the Pacific, where the US sank Japanese carriers and crippled their fleet. From here, the Allies pushed forward. British and American forces invaded North Africa, then Italy. Germany fought desperately on 2 fronts. In June 1944, the Allies launched D-Day, the largest seaborne invasion ever. Troops stormed Normandy, France, under machine gun fire, explosions, chaos. But they secured the beaches. Europe's liberation had begun. By 1945, Germany was surrounded. The Soviets closed in from the east. The Allies pushed from the west. Berlin fell into ruins. And on the 30th of April, 1945, Adolf Hitler took his own life. Germany surrendered. Europe's nightmare was over. But the Pacific War raged on. Japan refused to surrender. The US faced the grim reality of invading Japan. Millions more could die. So the American government made a terrible decision. In August 1945, 2 atomic bombs hit Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Cities vanished. Civilians died in horrifying numbers. Days later, Japan surrendered. World War II was finally over. The world stood in silence. Cities in ashes, families destroyed, borders rewritten. Colonial empires weakened. The United Nations was created to stop future wars. 2 new superpowers emerged. The United States and the Soviet Union. Technology leaped forward. Radar, jet engines, rockets, nuclear power. Medicine advanced. Women entered the workforce permanently. And the world faced a new tension: the Cold War. World War II didn't just end history, it reshaped it.